All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, after a 3 year hiatus, the Golden State Warriors are returning to the NBA Finals as last night they won their sixth Western Conference title in the last 8 years. Now, injuries derailed the Warriors over the past couple of years, and it actually began in the 2019 NBA Finals when then Warriors forward Kevin Durant suffered a torn Achilles tendon. And in that same series, guard Klay Thompson also tore his ACL. Now, KD obviously would leave the Warriors that summer via a sign and trade to join the Brooklyn Nets. Thompson would miss the following season, and then while he was rehabbing to come back for last season, just prior to the start of that training camp, he suffered a torn Achilles himself that put him on the shelf for the entire year. And of course, Thompson came back midway through this season, and he's starting to get his footing and look like the all-star caliber player that he was prior to the injuries. Thompson is healthy, and he's once again teamed with veterans Draymond Green and Steph Curry to give the Warriors a tough trio, of all-star caliber players. And not only that for this team, you look at the new pieces that are in Golden State from the last time that they went to the NBA Finals. You have Andrew Wiggins, who himself first overall pick. He's a solid scorer. You look at the emergence of Jordan Poole. Kevon Looney has been solid on the boards. Jonathan Kuminga is another guy who stepped up for the Dubs, as it's been a solid blend of youth and veteran savvy, which has the Warriors 4 wins away from their fourth NBA championship with this group. Now, it's been a commitment to winning, and it starts with the owners of the Golden State Warriors, and I'm talking about Joe Lacob and Peter Guber as well. You look at the moves that Bob Myers has made to get keep things going from the front office, and let's not forget. I mean, during the shortened 2019-2020 NBA season, Golden State was only able to win 15 games. Of course, both Draymond and Steph missed time that season as well with injuries. We saw the Warriors begin to get their footing last year. They made the play-in tournament before they were eliminated, but they came out solid this year, and they were able to, ride that in spite of the fact that they still dealt with injuries. But for their part, it looks like they are clicking right now. They're beginning to click and come together on all cylinders. And this is the time of the year, the postseason, where you want to be hitting on all cylinders, and that is what the Warriors are doing right now. We saw them, they faced an undermanned Denver Nuggets team in the first round. They took care of them. They faced an undermanned Memphis Grizzlies team. Of course, they weren't the same without John Morant in the second round. And this time around, they simply were just too much for the Dallas Mavericks, and they disposed of them in 5 games. And this is why they are back in the NBA Finals. And I'll say it like this: they have become the present day gold standard for the present NBA. And you think about what this unit has become, because we've seen teams, front office wise, try to put together pieces, whether through trades, free agency, you name it, in order to put together a championship caliber team. The Warriors, for the most part, they've done it through drafting and developing their players. And this right here is a sign that, you know what, you can't just go out there and make a trade or sign a guy or a couple of guys in free agency, and all of a sudden, you're penciled in to win a championship. Doesn't come that easy. Not it's very difficult to win a championship, obviously, in any sport. And the Warriors, they have focused on developing their guys, and they've come together with great cohesion. You think about it: Steph Curry was not a top 5 pick. Neither was Klay Thompson. Draymond Green was a second rounder. They got Andrew Wiggins via a trade. Yes, he was the first overall pick, but he wasn't picked by the Warriors. And their guy who was taken recently, second overall, James Wiseman, has been unable to stay healthy. And then, of course, Kaminga and Looney and Poole, all of these guys have been developmental projects for the Warriors, and the proof is in the pudding. They have a winning culture, and this is why they're once again in this position to have a chance to win the NBA championship. Steve Kerr, I don't think he gets enough credit for his ability as a head coach. And if the Warriors are able to win again, maybe he will start to get some more recognition that he deserves. We'll have to wait and see. But make no mistake about it, regardless if it's the Celtics or the Heat who come out of the Eastern Conference, and of course, if the Celtics win tonight, they will clinch the Eastern Conference championship and go on to the NBA Finals. But nonetheless, regardless if it's the Celtics or Heat that face the Warriors, they're going to have themselves a tough out because the Warriors play D aside from the fact that they're scoring. And I know that when you think about the Warriors of this era, the first thing that comes to mind is the 3-point shot, the flash, the cockiness, the arrogance, all of that stuff. But these guys, they know how to dig in and play D. And offense wins games, but defense wins championships. It's the same thing in football. And of course, pitching and defense wins in baseball. And the Warriors, they focus on the fundamentals at each end of the court. They can get cute sometimes on offense, but when need be, they know how to dig in and take care of business. So obviously, I'm going to be back on here in the next couple of days talking about the upcoming NBA finals. But nonetheless, at this present moment, you look at the Warriors, they came into this postseason. I really can't say that they were a dark horse per se. But nonetheless, a lot of the focus was on the Phoenix Suns coming out of the Western Conference. And I really felt that it was going to be the Suns and the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals. And for Golden State, they took care of their business. Phoenix ran into a very tough and good Dallas Mavericks team. And on the flip side, from the East, a lot of people, myself included, expected Milwaukee to get back. But the Chris Middleton injury changed things. No disrespect to the Boston Celtics, but it really changed things as far as the tenor, as far as things are going to go in the Eastern Conference. But with that said, you look at the Golden State Warriors. You can make the case in some instances that they've been laying in the weeds. You might not have been paying attention to them too much, but nonetheless, they're back here in the NBA Finals, 4 wins away from hoisting up the Larry O'Brien Trophy again. So let's see what this group that has been blended together by veterans and youth can do as they look to bring another championship to the Bay Area. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take this time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There is also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out, drop a line, and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So, once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin. I am signing off, saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.